Hello there, and thank you for tuning in for your weekly dose of inspiration. My name is Michael Zimanji, and on the show today, we will take you to Seattle City, where we will be featuring a Kenyan who's doing a lot for his community. We will tell you who and how in just a short bit. Also on the show, we will take you to Kisumu, and we will be featuring a photography, videography, and related services studio that is creating a buzz in the city. But before we get things rolling, here is a sneak peek.
Every idea that God brings into my mind, I try to implement it.
From healthcare to trade, education to media, find out how this man of God is changing lives in Seattle through his numerous projects.
I'm helping the community have good income and a stable country.
Also on the show,
Lupita Nyong'o is a client here, even the governor himself. We have Melinda Gates.
how Ken's Photo Imaging Kisumu, owned by US-based Ken Agua, is shooting for success. With that out of the way, let's get things going with Alex Chamwada.
In Seattle City, the home of tech giants such as Amazon and Microsoft, as well as the birthplace of aircraft manufacturer Boeing, there is a large Kenyan community. And among them is a Kenyan clergyman who wears many hats. His name, Archbishop Dr. Stephen Njenga. When I first met Dr. Njenga, it was at his home where I was impressed by his hospitality. But little did I know that inside this humble man of God lies the heart of a fighter who has overcome adversity to become a successful entrepreneur and philanthropist.
We stream services via YouTube and Facebook. If you go to YouTube, One Word Digital Media, you see our channel there. You can like and subscribe. And beside that, we also try to tackle into issues that are affecting the community or society beyond the Bible. We have a team of about 15 presenters who present there. This is a voluntary position. We have hosted many great servants of God, and we continue hosting them. And the purpose of this media is to preach the gospel all over the world. We mentor, we train, we support men and women of God who have a calling in the ministry. And also we induct them also into the Bible training college to empower and equip them and help them in church planting and how they can serve in other careers, because they don't have necessarily to join the Bible college to become pastors or bishop for that nature. So we orientate them in that nature. So basically, I major in Christian and biblical counseling. That's what I do. I help people, I mentor people. I have a team like I work with, like Bishop John Mudhaka, I have Apostle Elizabeth, I have Archbishop Dr. Erastus Joroge, who comes all the way from Kenya, Reverend Masharia. We have actually a branch of the media at Phoenix, Arizona. We have Pastor Florence Minor. I got a team of around, I would say around 8 or 10.
Dr. Njenga says when he arrived in the US, he took it upon himself to build a reputation of being a force for good in the society.
I have about 12 companies, which I am the president or the founder. I handle Northwest International Christian Bible Seminary. I also had a school where I train health professionals, like those people who work with agencies, assisted living, hospitals, who serve in healthcare sector. We also have another company called Quick Link Notary Services. The importance of these Quick Link Notary Services is to certify document.
So you're a jack of all
trades? Yes, Alex. I do everything every idea that God brings into my mind, I try to implement it.
Wow, talk of turning the American dream into reality.
When I came to this country, I came with a Bachelor's of Arts degree in Biblical Studies from Day Spring Christian University. It's in Brookhaven, Mississippi. And when I came, I was posted in Arizona. But then after 1 month, I requested to be moved to Washington State, where I thought this, the environment was more conducive. I knew more people here than Arizona. So that's how I ended up coming to Washington State. So when I came back here, I joined Covenant Bible Seminary, where I did a master's degree in divinity. And then after that, I enrolled with the same Day Spring Christian University and did doctorate degree in philosophy. After completing that, we just had started the Bible College, the West International Bible College 2017. So we are affiliated with the Day Spring Christian University. We also have got an affiliation with the International College of Bible Theology in Illinois. So these colleges, what you do, you work with them in partnership with them. They give you all the materials, the curriculum, the syllabus, the catalog, and then you train. Once you train, then they are the one who award the degrees. The seminary has now around 120 students, and we got registered of the same in Kenya, where I come from, an extension of the same, which is Northwest International Training Institute, which has about 60 students. We've just been registered by NITA, and we are following to register also with other protocols like NEC. In the area of healthcare sector, because of my school, I also went to school and did the required training. Because for you to become an instructor with the Department of Health Social Services, you have to have had adult experience of training, mental health, like 200 hours, dementia, capable of caregiving, like 200 hours. Fundamentals of caregiving too, you need like about 400 hours of training adult education. So which I did all that, and then I got the necessary document and licenses to open the school, which I've been doing that. We have trained about 3,000. These are people who come, some from different states. Those who come from Kenya, I also train them. They pass through our school, and our school is called Home Aid Training Center. We are approved by Department of Health and Social Services, where I am community instructor. So we prepare them, we orientate them how to start life in America, we train, and then we connect them into job.
When it comes to his notary services, Dr. Njenga says it came out of a need from his community of having a trustworthy person to witness and sign important documents.
Maybe you are opening a bank in Kenya, like Cooperative Bank. Before you set those documents, there are pages that need to be certified by a notary public. So I'm a notary public, whereby I witness, I certify, and sign those documents to make them legal, which can be used either at the court of law, or they can be used in order to effect like power of attorney and things like that. There's a company called American Notary Association. You go to school, they train you how to notarize documents. It's a vigorous course of about 6 months, a crash program. Once you complete, they send you the paperwork, you fill in, then you submit to the state. It takes about 2 or 3 months for the state to review your application, and then if they see you're fit, they send you the license.
It is this love for community that inspired his latest project.
One of the rooms for the direct support professionals working here. This house is another new project I just began. It is called Living Independent Adult Family Home. Here in Seattle, Washington, this is one of the most excelling business where people buy a home and they talk to the state through Department of Health and Social Services. They are given license to run a business for adult family home. So this house, I'm in the process of starting the business, and I intend to house about 6 residents, employ about 3 or 4 people who will be working here 24 hours, taking care of them. This house has a huge sitting that can accommodate around probably 20 or 25 people. It has 6 bedrooms. We have 4 bedroom downstairs, and we have 2 bedroom upstairs, with a huge kitchen, and we also got another kitchen downstairs. We have washroom, we have a wash and dryer area, laundry area, and we have a huge compound outside. So this is a door that leads to balcony outside.
And when you open the door, there's something that rings.
Yeah, we have, it is armed by Xfinity.
Amazing. What an impressive feat by Dr. Stephen Njenga. Time now for a break, but we will have more when we return.
Archbishop Dr. Stephen Njenga has been living in Seattle, Washington State for the past 9 years. In that time, he has been able to serve his community through various projects that are centered around serving his fellow man.
Actually, when I was in Denmark, that's when I met with the ministry, with my Archbishop. He's called Archbishop Dr. Gary Bachman from Brookhaven, Mississippi. And I was ordained as a bishop in Denmark. And then I was put in charge of St. John State to represent them. The main work there was to plant churches and recruit more ministers into the ministry, which I did successfully. But then the college that I was, they didn't have further than diploma. So I decided to go back home to Kenya. I went to teach a secondary called Kitui Township Secondary School. So I went there to Kitui and taught for about another 4 years. Around 2010 is when I moved to Botswana. It was quite an experience because I didn't go there because I knew somebody. I was walking in the streets of Nairobi, and then I saw this book from a vendor that was saying how to go to Botswana with the 25,000 and settle there. So I bought the book. I bought the book.
The book made you relocate?
Yeah. And since I had 25,000, I just took my bag. I took a bus through Arusha, Zambia. It's a journey that took me 80 days to go to Botswana.
Unfortunately for Dr. Njenga, his arrival in Botswana was not what he envisioned.
So I went there and tried to survey the land. I went in a remote town called Maun.
You are daring, eh?
Yeah. So I went there. There's a gentleman with a church and a Bible college there. We used to talk with him. But then I had perception. I have a bachelor's degree in theology. I have a diploma from Denmark. I was a bishop that time. So my mind was telling me, this guy, at least he will give me a job. But to my surprise, when I arrived there, he welcomed me to his office, told him my intentions and what I was thinking. But then he didn't give me a job because I found when the schools had just been closed. So he gave me 300 pula and a book.
300 pula was equivalent to how much shillings?
It was equivalent to 3,000 Kenya shillings. So that was not enough to take me to Kenya, because going back to Kenya would mean I needed like 20,000. So he connected some Kenyans there who did a fundraising for my return.
Despite his frustrating setback, Dr. Njenga decided to try again.
It's like God was telling me, go back to Botswana. That is where your life is. So I went there and found work. I found my own small place where I started staying, and I taught for 5 years. And then it so happened that one time there's a preacher who came, Prophet of War. So he happened to come to visit Botswana. And they really wanted somebody who would connect Dr. Prophet of War to Believer's Destiny. So I was instrumental to connect him to come to school. And after that now, that's when my Archbishop, Dr. Gary Bachman, told me, hey, you know, gentlemen, I want you now to move and come represent our ministry in Arizona.
That is how Dr. Njenga found himself in the US, And even with his success, the son of Muranga has stayed true to his roots. He gladly shares his culture with the locals through his business, African Supermarket.
We sell African product, we sell unga, we sell cowboy, brewbird. We get products from people who import those goods from Kenya. And we have that market where people, they can walk in, buy jahe, buy kunde, managu, and all those kind of stuff.
Dr. Njenga helps to organize events and meetings here in Seattle, and occasionally you will find such networking gatherings at his house.
And there is always that walk of people coming together.
He also facilitates students from Kenya to find opportunities in American universities.
So we have a program called Quick Link, a student exchange program, whereby we enroll students from Kenya. We help them to get I-20, help them and walk them through the process of admission to community college.
He says it's all about time management and determination.
The America we have when we are in Africa, it doesn't exist anywhere. So you come and make your own America. America, anybody can become anything. You could have come from Gekomba, and when you come here, you do some 3-4 jobs, you have good credit, you start business, you excel, and then this is another professor coming from Kenya. Now he's the one who is coming to work for you. so it's good to come with a mindset that, you know what, I'm going with an open mind.
Thank you, Alex, for that inspiring story. I'm sure we are all motivated by Dr. Stephen Njenga there in Seattle City. Time now for our back home segment. And today we are in Kisumu and we are featuring Ken's Photo Imaging Studio, owned by US-based Ken Agua. Alex and the crew spent some time there, and here is what they found.
So that, I feel so attached. I felt so attached to the business.
Imagine making a living abroad and back home through photography and related services like branding, and being able to run 2 different studios at different time zones, 8 hours apart, with clients seeking the services from all corners of the world. Yes, I'm talking about self-made US-based Kenyan entrepreneur Ken Agua, whom we've featured on this show before. His headquarters is in Maryland, and today we feature his studio that is located along Oginga Odinga Road in the lakeside city of Kisumu, to get a feel of his impact back home as a Kenyan living abroad.
Meet again. Yeah, karibu sana. Yeah. This is canvas.
Ah, this is canvas.
Yeah, this is canvas. It's flexible. You can clean it. Yeah, when it gets dirty, you can clean it, and it's long lasting. No, it won't.
And it's
like
long-lasting.
This one has been here for the last 6 years. Here is where we take photographs, where we do the printings.
Here we find a hive of activity.
We have the printers, all the printers. We have the big ones for big photos, banners, canvas. We use these ones. Okay, here is where when you come in, you'll just watch here and see something you want.
Ken's photo imaging has served many prominent people.
We have taken passports for prominent people like Lupita Nyong'o, Gracia Machel when she was here, Melinda Gates, Mama Sarah Obama. We have served the Governor Peter Nyong'o. We have taken photos for Honorable Tuju, Honorable Baba Raila Odinga. He has taken a photo here, and many more.
The business has diverse clients.
Clients wetu wengi wa video coverage tunapata kutoka kwa corporates. Tunawafanyia documentaries, hizo annual meetings. Tunafanya pia kwa mashule, tunafanya magazines pia. Tunafanya weddings, tunafanya funerals, tunafanya birthdays. Zote tunafanya coverage.
The other key service offered here is digitization of photos and videos.
We do photo restorations. We can bring back to life the old photos into digital and into mounting or canvas.
If someone had footage on VHS tapes.
Hapa Ken's Photo bado tunaweza badilisha from VHS, hizo tapes za kitambo zile, into digital. Tutakuwekea kwa flash disk ama tutakutumia na YouTube link. Video coverage zote zile tunafanya, we can give you into digital. Nowadays we don't put them into CDs. We just give you a link, then tunarahisisha mambo, hata wale wako mbali wanaona.
According to Ken, the owner of Ken's Photo Imaging, both studios in Kisumu and Maryland work seamlessly, where some work like graphics design and printing can be done in Kisumu and delivered digitally to clients in the US.
This will be the 17th year that we are in Kisumu, and we are doing okay. We are doing pretty good. Everybody in Kisumu knows us. Every time I go to Kisumu and I go to anybody's house, I can see our work on their wall. That is where they go to print pictures. That's where they go to enlarge pictures, and a lot of other promotional stuff that they use in Kisumu, I know came from our store because I know our imprint.
The one who are outside the country, they call us to give us orders through WhatsApp or just normal calls, so that we make t-shirts or maybe we do a video coverage for their occasions at home.
And this being election year, Ken's Photo Imaging is eyeing politicians.
Tutawafanyia banners, t-shirts in bulk kwa bei mzuri. Tutafanya capes, tutatengeneza flyers and posters. Zote mtazipata Ken's Photo.
Thank you, Alex, for that story. And on that note, we have come to the end of the show today. On behalf of the crew, we say many thanks for watching and see you next time.